Sunday morning. We got my man Ray Moore Lindsay in the building. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Let's get it.
We got Ray, no doubt. We also had the People's Champ that just joined us. I believe he's all the way in Miami. Let's get him in here real quick. We got People's Champ. What's going on? And I know we'll be doing Soul on Sports. The whole crew is here. It's a little late, but nevertheless. We got Jarrell Soul on Sports, Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas, man. How you
doing? Feeling great. How y'all brothers doing today?
All right.
Yeah, man, we got some sports, man. We had an interesting day in sports yesterday. A lot of great college basketball, a lot of great NFL football, just a lot of great action going on this weekend. Like I said, Mike, you're all the way. You down there in the look like you're down there in South Florida. You down there in South Beach?
I'm on Sunny Isles, about 20 minutes from South Beach, I would say. Just trying to, get my head right to finish this thing and bring that championship on back home to Ohio for you boys.
It sounds like he about to gear up to play.
It's already a couple that's here. Yeah, it's a couple
right.
that's already here, Mike. So
I'm just trying to add number 6. That's all I'm trying to do. I know you're not going to add no more to this year, so I just thought I'd try to do the heavy lift.
God, I feel that. Nah, that's cool. We did it last year. But anyway, can't win
that's
every
in the
year.
Past, brother.
We don't want to take 20-year droughts. But yeah, man. We got some great football this week. We got a lot to talk about because what we talked about, what me and Soul talked about yesterday, I knew it was going to come to pass today. And we're going to talk about some NFL football. We could. NFL football. Ray, more than just a Barber Lindsay. Talk to me about this game right here. The Broncos win at home 33-30 over the Bills in overtime. Talk to me about this game. I know a lot of people are talking about the referees, but I think, and I'll give my take on that, I don't think the referees played as big as part as everybody think because it was bad calls on both sides of the ball that could have ended the game. But Ray, talk to me about this game right here.
This game was a really good game, man. Like the matchup was almost. I would have liked to have seen this in the AFC Championship. Like this would have been a perfect game. I hated how it ended for the young kid, man, Bo Nix, who broke a bone in his ankle or foot or whatever. That's going to set him out for next game, man. But it was almost like his job was to beat and knock out the Buffalo Bills, get them their fan base another heartbreak for another year, and now they're probably going to go ahead and whoever the winner of this AFC matchup today is probably going to be in the Super Bowl most likely because I don't see Stidham. whatever the hell his name
Stidham.
is, Stidham. I don't see him going in there and beating
Jared Stidham.
Yeah, him too. I don't see him going in there and beating neither one of these teams that's in the AFC game today. So, but it was a good game, man. It came down to the wire. That catch, I know I don't know what Soul's real take on it was, but I think that was the interception for sure. He didn't come down with it and had full possession of it on the ground. So I don't know if that's the call that everybody is in an uproar about, but they shouldn't be, because it was called an interception on the field, and so there was no evidence to really overturn it. So I think the call went the way that it should have went, and the Broncos got the dub, man. I'm okay with it.
And also, too, I'm gonna go to Soul real quick. Also, too, on that interception, the game would have been over. They'd have called the holding call in the end zone where it should have been a safety. But we don't want to talk about that because I guess it was going to the other
That wasn't
team.
in the end
But
zone, Joe.
the game would have been over on that call as well.
Well,
okay, let's make the call.
well.
Make the call.
No,
if
it
the
was a holding
called,
call at the 1 yard line,
make the
not
call.
the end zone.
But so
the game, it would just been a holding call. It wouldn't have been a safety. Is all I'm saying. It was at the 1 yard line. These referees fucking suck. Let's just put that out there.
I get that. Yeah, and the thing about it, that's why I don't like going with what the refs did. It's about, that's why I don't put too much emphasis, because we know the refs are gonna be bad. But the Broncos, talk to me about this game. So
it's not an excuse for them to be fucking up calls when we know they're gonna be bad. Don't get me wrong. Josh Allen, that play right before the half, that 3 points, they wish they had him back when he was trying to run. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. There was no timeouts left. And he fumbled the ball. They ended up getting 3 points up. But at the end of the game, I only refereed high school football, so I'm not was never an NFL ref. But they taught us in training, if you have any doubt, just don't, at the end of the game, don't blow the whistle. And some of those pass interference calls on that last drive, I don't agree with. I don't. I'll let that play out. I wouldn't have called some of those pass interference calls. But it is what it is. Josh Allen had some Viola Davis snot bubbles after the game. He was upset because they lost the game again in the playoffs. I think the Bills they're a cursed franchise. I don't know which is worse, losing in the playoffs every year or losing the Super Bowl every time they go. I don't know which one I'd rather be. I guess I'd rather lose in the playoffs than get my hopes up and lose in the Super Bowl anyway. Sucks for the Bills, but hey, it is what it is. This is your chance, and you didn't shine. Jordan hung it up, and you got a chance to win a championship. They didn't come through because that light-skinned brother going to be back next year, and the boogeyman will be knocking on their door again, giving them hell again. So I think the Bills really screwed up the opportunity. Now we'll see what happens if the backup quarterback for the Broncos can win one game to get them to the Super Bowl.
Okay. You talking about Joey Ice? You talking about Joe Burrow?
No, he's always hurt. Anthony Davis?
Yo, don't.
Sorry.
Anthony Davis got him one. Burrow don't.
We ain't calling that bubblegum. We
Yes,
ain't
we
calling
are.
that no damn
YMCA championship.
We ain't calling that no championship.
Y'all can call it what y'all want, but go check the record book. I bet he got a championship next week.
That's that
motherfucker got a Mickey Mouse symbol next to it too.
I bet you it don't. I bet you we looked up his championship right now to say Anthony Davis.
I bet you my name is on that roster too.
Let's go see. Pull it up.
I bet you everybody say Tom Brady got 7 and not 6. He won the pandemic also. But
hey Ray, these cats won a church league championship. Talking about they won the state.
I got a few of them church league joints.
Yeah, I got a couple of them joints.
Hey, Mike, I want you to go look up Anthony Davis stats and tell me what it says and then get back with me. But anyway, Michael, the people champ, talk to me about this game.
Not impressed.
Well, I got a stat for you since you want me to do stats. When Soul was talking about the Bills being cursed and not going to the Super Bowl, or going to the Super Bowl and losing 4 times, and going to the playoffs and losing every time, well, you can either be the Bills or you can be the Browns. You can have no experience in the Super Bowl.
Or you can be the Falcons.
Whatsoever. At any point in time. And so you can be
or you can be the Falcons.
Guys, tomorrow let's be nice to each other.
No, he can be the Falcons too. You want to talk like they got championships galore. You can be the Falcons too. Go ahead.
Just keep that in mind. So those are
keep
your
that in mind,
options
too.
right there. But
You keep
now,
that in
as
mind,
far
too.
as the Bills go, your guy is cursed, man. I've seen this happen in sports before. I don't know if y'all watched The Godfather, but
Oh yeah.
Fredo was unlucky. Him and the other dude that was trying to run the casino, Mike said, you're unlucky. And that is Josh Allen. If he didn't get in this year, I don't know when he's going to get in. If you got that girl drunk and she was feeling right that night and you couldn't seal the deal that night, then it's not going to happen, man. I'm
My
almost feeling like Josh Allen and Dak need to trade places and give both of those franchises a different chance because you can't keep putting a round peg in a square hole.
whoa.
Why you keep wanting to trade Dak Prescott for everybody? Everybody you look at, you should trade him here, trade him here.
Prescott gonna be a Falcon. He keep on talking that shit. He gonna be a fucking Falcon. You got the roof for that motherfucker.
Look what
we
I'm
know.
saying.
Well, we know what the Falcons ain't gonna do now that they got Stefanski. They ain't gonna win shit.
Now look what I'm saying. All I'm saying, Dak's not a bad quarterback, and neither is Josh Allen. I'm just saying both of those franchises have gone as far as they can go with those two quarterbacks. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Donald, what do you think about this game? Broncos winning 33-30 in overtime.
Two things. Josh Allen, you got to play better to win the game. Flat out. Second of all, about the call thing at the end, we knew which way that was going. They got access to the same information we do. When 85% of people were betting with the Bills, you know anything questionable was going the other way. It's sports, you know. That's how it's going to go regardless. With him knowing that information, you have to play perfect football, so you can't turn the ball over early, even though you played great second half, whatever. But you can't put yourself in that situation for it to come down to it because it's going to go the other way. I do believe that I seen a steal shot. I do believe it was a catch, and I do believe some stuff comes down to one play. And I think that's what it came down to. But all in all, I do think he has to play better to win the football game. Or, because I'm not going to make no excuses for him. I feel like you're a bad dude, but you got the same information I got. So you know you can't afford certain mistakes anyway. And second of all, the second thing, the NFL, y'all got to do better at making certain things so blatant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it's certain things that have to go on, but don't make it as blatant until we know, okay, boom, this is what's going on. But the players still have to play, so therefore, I still put it on the players.
No doubt. And this particular...
my bad, one more thing. Hey, and that receiver, that effort you gave me, you cannot let a man take the ball from you because it's my legacy, not yours. So you cannot let the ball get taken from you, period, at that point.
The ball is slippery, though, Daniel. The ball's slippery.
But the thing about it, if he at least struggled with him a little bit more, they would have called it a catch because the offensive player always get the simultaneous. So Donald is right about that. He should have made a little bit more of an effort to hang on to the ball because if he would have held on to it just a split second, they would have called it a catch and then the game would have been over. But let's go with this, man. Buffalo had ample opportunities to win this game. Let me go over some stats with Josh Allen. He was 25 for 39, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 3 fumbles. We just talked about ball security with C.J. Stroud, but his defense was able to bail him out. Josh Allen, we talked about this on the show. The Buffalo Bills did not have a championship roster, even if they would have got past the Denver Broncos. I said this, like Buffalo paying their quarterback, Josh Allen, we miss the fact when you pay a quarterback this amount of money, you are not able to get other pieces on that team. And we've seen that they needed help at the wide receiver position. We see that. We see they needed help on the offensive line. Yeah, they got remember I just told y'all the other game, when you got guys that's supposed to be an all-pro, but you still got to help, and you got a messed up wide receiving core, when your tight end, Dawson Knox or Kincaid had to stay in and chip, Josh Allen still got sacked 3 times yesterday. So my thing is that defense, which is best against the pass but worst against the run, that's not a formula for success. So for them to even be in it, like Donald said, Josh Allen had to play a damn near perfect game, and he didn't. Now, I've seen Josh Allen play perfect games and still lose. But this game, do I want to say it's on Josh Allen? I don't want to put it there. I want to give more credit to the Denver Broncos, but the Broncos are trying to get a game away too. Bo Nix threw an interception to a D tackle. And then guess what? On his next possession, what did Josh Allen do? Gave it right back, but we don't talk about that. He gave it right back. So it's like we want to come down to a catch, and everybody is so old. The Bills got screwed. No, they didn't. They didn't get screwed. The refs called on the field. It was a holding call. Soul said it wasn't in the end zone, but it was a holding call that would have put them back on the 1 yard line. And that defense is a defense that has 68 sacks. We talking about the Denver Broncos. So we would have seen that Josh Allen could have worked some magic from the 1 yard line. But nevertheless, man, I think both teams got lucky because Denver, why are you playing man-to-man coverage with no safety over the top and we in overtime? Why we have zero safeties over the top and they went over the top on multiple times? And why is the Bills running man-to-man coverage? That's why they got 2 pass interference calls, because you left your dudes on the island when Bo Nix haven't been able to throw the ball downfield none of the game. So let's stop putting it on a referee. Some of these coaches need to be held accountable, and some of these, on both sides. Denver just got lucky enough that they got the pass interference call down the field, which were pass interference calls, by the way. So that's what I say.
I wouldn't have called it.
It was a couple plays, right?
I would have been pissed at you.
I thought about pissed, I wouldn't have called that shit.
I was just so mad at Josh Allen for fumbling the ball regardless, right? So I'm gonna put that on him before halftime, right? Like you just. But remember last week he was like he got failed by coaching. Why are you even running the play with no timeout right there anyway?
Also, too, Donald, this is another thing that failed coaching on the Denver side. Y'all know when they got the ball in field goal range, they ran a fucking quarterback sweep with Bo Nix. That's when he broke his ankle. Mm-hmm. Why are you running a quarterback? You was already in field goal range. You got to run it back, run the ball up the middle. Your offensive line got 2 all-pros on it. Run the ball up the middle and get ready for the field goal. But they ran a quarterback sweep, and that's when Bo Nix broke his ankle in overtime.
And my bad. One more thing. That dude, I'm gonna call him Keon because he got to change his last name.
Yeah.
First of all,
nah, here Coleman.
Well, in that case, he did score a touchdown.
It's certain little things. It's certain little things that you got to do. Buffalo, he got a touchdown strike thrown to him, right? He dropped the ball. Oof. It was a holding call anyway. But at the same time, you would have got to run another play on 3rd down because they would have had to accept the penalty at that point. But when you drop the ball, you couldn't run another play because they just they just declined the penalty. Now it's 4th down. You got to catch he flat out just dropped the ball in the end zone. I said, what are you doing?
No, that was no Jordan Humphries.
I'm talking about that mug was like here.
So let's talk about this, Ray. How much does this go on Josh Allen, Ray? How much can we blame a team that was really not a championship team on Josh Allen?
We can blame it on him just as much as we can give him the MVPs. If all the praise is going to go to him, then the blame should go on him equally. So if we gonna give him all the praise when stuff go right, we gotta go and give him just as much on the blame side. And so with him not doing, he fumbled the ball a few times. That one, I don't know what it was, and you just gifted them 3 points, and then the outcome of the game was settled by 3 points. Now he did a phenomenal job on the comeback and even sending it into overtime, because I thought it was kind of over for a little minute. But they went out there and they did their thing. They got it back. They got right back where they needed to be. But then more of the same, more of the mess ups, more, it was more still collective effort on the mess up. But Josh Allen's going to have to take a lot of that blame. And it's really, and I think so might get his wish that the coach might get fired too because of this.
Ray, you made a good point, because let's throw a little bit more little wood on this fire. James Cook had 24 carries, 117 yards, averaging 4.9 yards a carry. Maybe he needed to carry a ball just a little bit more if y'all wanted to win this game. So that's good stuff. So on sports, what did you think about how much responsibility can you put this on Josh Allen lose this game?
Yeah, when you're the highest paid player on the team, the quarterback, you're gonna get all the blame, whether we agree with it or not. I would say Scale of 1 to 10, I would say probably a 7. I mean, he did make some mistakes in the football game, but like to Ray's point, without him playing as well as he did play, outside of mistakes, the game wouldn't have been that close. So, I mean, that's just comes with the territory, man. We're the leader of the team. You have to take all the blame. I mean, the defense let him down. Some of the play call I didn't agree with, but that's football.
Okay. Hey, Eagles Philly said, "Good morning, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. Can y'all please tell me what a catch is in NFL? Because last night I see why the NFL refs be getting hate mail after the game. We got my man King Minks in the building all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. What's good going on, my good brother?
What up?
Michael, the people champ. Talk to me about Josh Allen and his responsibility in this loss. How much blame should he take?"
So when we talk about great quarterbacks, we talk about the plays that they make and the game-winning drives that they have and all of those things. We never talk about the mistakes that they don't make or the ball security that some are masterful at. That also goes into being a great quarterback. And though Josh Allen has MVPs and all of this, when you look at the game that he played, that was not championship-worthy level play by a guy who's been in this position a few times, who's trying to get to a Super Bowl, while his classmates are all on the sideline. Now we've got a playoff with all new classmates. If you look at the AFC, none of these guys have been there before. Only him. And this was his opportunity, and this was his time. We talked about this as we saw how the playoffs was going to be shaping up. Like, if Josh Allen doesn't do it now, when will he ever do it? Mahomes will be back. Joe Burrow, maybe he gets patched together and can stick it out for a whole season. We don't know, but that's always a threat. And now these guys are going to have the C.J. Strouds, the Drake Mays, and now Bo Nix. They're going to have all that same level of experience, and now it's going to be even more wide open. So I think this is a huge indictment on him with the circumstances. Now, does that mean he's terrible or that he's just one of the worst? No, that doesn't mean that. But it does mean that he blew this opportunity, and the responsibility solely lies on his shoulders. You can't get all the credit and then not get all the blame for the W's and L's that we talk about on this show. For quarterbacks matter. So this game and this loss matters, and you have to set it squarely at the feet of Josh Allen.
No doubt. King Mink said, Ryan Clark said this will never happen to Lamar Jackson or other, said C.J. Stroud. Chris Vick said, he said, wow, Ray, I couldn't hear today, but it's Sunday.
Not today.
It's a Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. Donald, talk to me about this. How much responsibility goes on to Josh Allen after this performance?
I'm gonna give it about an 8 out of 10, because my thing is, you got to take care of the ball. Now, the last interception, I don't blame him one bit. You dropped the dime and receiver, you got to make a play. Cool. He had a chance to make. I'm not worried about that. But it's just the earlier stuff in the game. It's the thing that I really believe in called Uncle Mo, which would be the momentum. It's certain times where you had times to kind of open the game up and with the momentum, and you gave the momentum right back to him. Another time, with the James Cook stuff, I won't put that on Allen, because when Cook fumbled, they were headed to maybe go up 14-3. It's a totally different game. But I put it on Allen because basically you got to get it done. You have to take care of the ball. I feel like everybody should be judged evenly, and no matter how good I think you are, that you didn't. Not that I say you any worse, because I'm never gonna say nobody's that good or that bad, because it's a team thing, whether you win or lose. But I look at, was it your fault that y'all want to lose? And I'm gonna give it about an 8. I think it was a lot on him.
Okay. Hey, what's up, sis? Age in the building. Sis said, what's up to the family?
What up, though?
This is my thing right here, guys. Josh Allen. We looking over. I'm not even gonna pull out my statistics on this. We saw that this guy. When are we gonna start looking at Josh Allen in the same way that we look at Dak Prescott? Because I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. Well, Dak Prescott only got 2 playoff wins. Well, it doesn't matter. Josh Allen
the red carpet was rolled out for Josh Allen this season and in this playoffs for him to get to the Super Bowl. The red carpet, and that's why I don't think the referees played that big of a part in this game, because the NFL wanted Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl. They did, and I told y'all I always compare Josh Allen to the 1980s John Elway, because John Elway didn't have a championship caliber team in the 80s, but they kept getting to the Super Bowl because of John Elway's heroics, always being able to win games in the clutch. And then finally, when he got Terrell Davis, is when he was able to win the Super Bowl. Josh Allen is the same way. Josh Allen, his team has been basically taking pieces off his team every year. They took Stephon Diggs. I think that was huge when Stephon Diggs left. He could have really used a Stephon Diggs yesterday. Let's be all the way real. Stephon Diggs would have been fabulous for him yesterday. They have taken pieces off this team. They took what's the kid, Gabriel Davis off his team. Remember, he had the fantastic game, and he was starting to look good in the playoff. So every year they kept taking pieces off his team on the defense. Ed Oliver was not able to go the whole game. That hurt him. But nevertheless, Josh Allen, I love that he took responsibility, but I think that's just his PR guy, because he can't get up to the podium and say, man, hey, he can't go off on the refs. He can't go off on his teammates. So Josh Allen taking responsibility is something that we thought that he would do, but I'm not going to exonerate him from any wrongdoing in this game. 3 fumbles, but we just talked about C.J. Stroud in a victory. We talked about him in a victory, and now this dude in a loss had 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions. One of them was inexplicable in the red zone. We ain't talking about that. So Josh Allen I think he got to take a 10. I think his responsibility is a 10 in this game, not an 8. Go ahead, Rick.
No. Now, my question to you is, what is a championship caliber team? What does that look like?
It looks like you got players at wide receivers. There's no question marks at the wide receiver position. Like, we don't know who's gonna be the wide receiver. That's one offensive line on the left side. I mean, the right side has some problem defensively. You got the worst run defense. That's not championship caliber teams.
Okay.
Well, Jody, I disagree with you comparing him to Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott has never had a playoff run. He's had playoff sprints, maybe 10 yards at a time, and he loses right away. Well, Josh Allen has been to the conference championship and made some playoff runs. Dak Prescott ain't never done shit in the playoffs.
What I mean by comparing him is when the blame comes down, everything is on Dak Prescott. That's what I mean. I didn't mean as far as who did what and who didn't do what. That's why I said I compared what he did to John Elway. That's
and I got a question. Did Phil Simms have a championship caliber offense?
Yes.
Did Eli Manning have championship caliber offenses when clearly they were a 9-7 team or something like that when they entered the playoff? I mean, that's just a championship caliber team is a team that wins it. And Josh Allen has more than enough tools to win. You've got a 1,000-yard running back. He's had Diggs in the past, and then he didn't have Diggs anymore. And then they went and drafted Coleman. Maybe Coleman isn't living up to the Coleman name. I don't know. But he's their guy. And so he's got tight ends. He's got everything that you need. He's got a defense that's capable of winning a championship. They just did not win a championship.
Hold on, Mike.
He has not led them there.
Mike, I'm not going to let you do that, because when you talked about Phil Simms, he had, at the time, Joe Morris was one of the top running backs in the league, had 21 rushing touchdowns the year they won the Super Bowl. So that's a championship caliber team when your running back has 21 rushing touchdowns. On defense, you had the MVP in Lawrence Taylor. You had Carl Banks. You had Hall of Famers. You had Kerry Carson. You on offense, you had Stephon Baker. They didn't even throw the ball like that in the 80s.
No. I'm saying what receiver? You said a team has to have everything: a wide receiver, a running back, a tight end,
no, he was saying
line. I'm saying I know that Phil McConkey was not a top caliber wide receiver in the 80s.
No, I don't think he was saying that. I think he was just pointing out the flaws that was in the Bills. So he ran down all the different things that the Bills didn't have that made them not be, or what he considers the championship caliber team. That's why I was asking. I just wanted to know what does a championship caliber team actually look like in his eyes.
Okay, let
Like,
me ask you this: what did the Ravens 2000 offense have that was so championship caliber that you just
everything.
Oh, Jamal Lewis ran for over 1,300 yards, and Shannon Sharp having 1,000 yards receiving.
that wasn't
So what are we
record
talking
setting?
about here? The
That wasn't
offensive line.
1,300 yards.
Hold on, Mike.
Record
Hold on, you
setting.
asked me a question, Mike.
They
Hold
had
on,
an
you asked me a
all-time great
question.
defense.
Hold on,
And they didn't have no
Mike.
receivers.
You asked me a question. They had an offensive line that was massive because they had Jonathan Ogden on it, a Hall of Famer. What are we talking about?
We're talking
Well,
about
when
the
you look
girth
at the
and tonnage.
Buffalo Bills, this roster that they have right now, when it's all said and done, we'll be able to go back and say, you know what? They did have a championship caliber team. They just didn't win a championship. You can't say that just because the team doesn't win that their team wasn't championship caliber when the quarterback had 2 interceptions and 3 fumbles, bro.
That ain't what I'm saying. Go ahead, Donald.
Well, go ahead, Donald.
Do you think certain players just make certain plays for certain championship teams? Like McCole Hardman, right? He's been a Super Bowl champion, right?
Yeah.
Nigga dropped a pass yesterday too.
He flat out dropped the ball to end the game at the field goal range. So some players are just championship players in certain places, and sometimes it may just not be meant for certain people to win. But you can't say you're championship worthy if you're last in rushing defense.
That's my whole point, Donald. And what I'm saying is, if you look at this roster in the preseason, everybody has their pick of who they think will win a Super Bowl, and you pick teams according if you think they got a Super Bowl caliber teams. Come on, Mike.
Did the Bills get picked by some to win the Super Bowl this year? Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at the Vegas, if you look at the Vegas line, the Bills had one of the best chances to win a Super Bowl of all the teams in the NFL. They were at least top 5 or top 7 in that pecking order that they go most probable to win to least probable to win. The Bills were in the top 5 or 7. I can't quote it on hand, but they were one of the favorites to win.
But it's only really 5 or 6 teams actually trying to win a Super Bowl. Everybody else is really like in it for money in Vegas and stuff like that. Every team is not actually trying to win the Super Bowl.
I actually think they are trying to win. They just don't know how. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of teams are trying to win, Donald. They're just stubborn. They'll not really be open-minded about certain rosters and things like that nature. I think they're trying to win. They just have bad leadership, I think, sometimes.
Well, stay right there, Saul. Stay right there. I'm going to come to you. Now, Bo Nix is out for the remainder of the playoffs with a broken bone in his ankle. He broke his ankle in overtime on that quarterback sweep, they say. That's where they anticipate that's where the injury came from. And they ran that play 100 times, so I had to retract what I say and can't say that they didn't make the right call because he's been running it all year, and they ran it 2 times in that game. How far can Denver go with their backup quarterback? Can he have another Jeff Hostetler, Nick Foles type of experience?
Anything's possible. We're talking about a 1-game scenario to get to the Super Bowl. They are going to be playing at home next week, no matter who wins the game today. But I don't think this kid, Jarrett Stidham, is probably not much film on. I think he's had 4 starts in his career. He's better for the Houston Texans defense. I mean, I think he's better off if New England wins today. He can probably score on the New England defense, but if that Houston defense gets in there, it's going to get ugly real fast. So anything's possible, but I would say no. I don't think they'll win a game past this one. I think when Bo Nix got hurt, not that he's playing all world, but he is a starting quarterback and playing well enough to get to the Super Bowl. I think they're ending their chances right now.
Good stuff. Michael, the people saying, what do you think about this? Bo Nix is out for the remainder of the playoffs with a broken bone in his ankle. I'm sorry. Stidham, Jarrett Stidham is the starting quarterback. Is another Auburn quarterback. It's crazy. I guess Sean Payton like Auburn quarterbacks. What do you think? How far can they go now?
Stidham has been in the league for a while. It's possible that he could get them through one. All they got to do is win 1 game to get to the Super Bowl. Now, can they win the Super Bowl is probably another question. But to get to the Super Bowl, I give them a little bit better than a puncher's chance. That defense, if it can blue chew and rise to the occasion, there's no telling what they could create a bunch of turnovers like they did yesterday, steal some possessions, maybe score, help them out a little bit, and instead of may play effectively. Just like there's not he doesn't have a lot of film against himself, so the defense don't really know what to or what not to try to take away from him. So I don't think that they have no chance, but clearly it lessens their chance. Nobody wants to go into the AFC Championship without a starting quarterback. And I truly hate this for Bo Nix. He's on the verge of establishing himself as legendary, like catapulting himself up to that conversation with the Joe Burrows and the other people. So it's unfortunate. But yeah, I do think Denver can still win and get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, Donald, what do you think about this? Bo Nix being out for the remainder of the playoffs. How far can the Broncos go now without him?
They can win it. It's a team thing. And then I'm looking at next week. Nobody's left has been in the championship game either. So he got just as much experience as them in the championship game also. And I mean, if they win the I think they could still win the championship. They got a good roster as far as the defense. They got a good roster, you know what I'm saying, around them. And like I said, I haven't seen nobody else that's left has proven to me they can win a Super Bowl also because they've not been there. So I believe they can go out. They only got to win 2 games. My question is, if he wins the Super Bowl, he's a Super Bowl champion. Where does that rank him?
It'll rank him right behind Hostetler and right behind Nick Foles.
Now I'm about to say Nick Foles right there with Nick Foles.
So that he gets it's a different category for reserve quarterbacks winning the Super Bowl rather than starting quarterbacks. I feel like it's a different lane for those guys. Ray, what do you think about this Bo Nix, man? Wow, playing good, one of the best quarterbacks in the fourth quarter all year. Ray, he had 12 fourth quarter comebacks this season. 12. They only had what?
He won't get 13.
14 wins. He almost came back in every game. But Ray, talk to me about this. How much does this put a monkey wrench in Denver's moving forward?
I think it puts a huge monkey wrench in their plans. I think that they're not going to, like I already said it. Whoever wins today, whether it's the Texans or the Patriots, which I actually got the Texans winning this. I agree with Soul. If he got to see that Texan defense in his first start of the season, or probably the first start of his career, hey, yo, it's a wrap for that boy. Hey, he's just going to be running for his life, man. But again, I also have to agree with what Mike said. Mike definitely brought up the point that, or Donald, one of them, where they talked about both their first start. So, or it'd be his first start in that kind of playoff atmosphere. It's just he's getting his first start now when the season is really, really, really on the line. Like, this ain't week 17, this ain't week 18, this ain't week 16. And this is the AFC Championship, and I feel kind of sorry for him, man. But I really feel bad for Bo Nix, man. I really wanted to see that young man at least get there, play his heart out. We, like you said, 12 comeback wins on the season. One of the ones that impressed me the most was the one against the Giants. Even though the Giants but at the time the Giants was fully loaded, and they came back and did their thing against them, man. So, a matter of fact, I think the score was 33-30, if I'm not mistaken. I just hated for the young man. I really wanted to see him shine in that AFC Championship game.
Yeah, man, I really feel bad because of the adversity that Bo Nix have gone through his whole career. Because when he was at Auburn, I thought that I said, there's no way this dude knows how to play football. When he was at Auburn, I said, there's no way that Bo Nix knows how to play football. How did he get recruited? Oh, because he's the son of a coach, blah, blah, blah. But he goes to Oregon and completely turns his career around. That he looks like he was a Heisman Trophy candidate, played in some big bowl games, and he gets to the lead in his first year. He takes the team to the playoffs in the first year, where they hadn't been to the playoffs in several years. And then he wins his first playoff game since they won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. So this is the first playoff win in almost 10, 11 years for the Denver Broncos. And then you can't even finish off what you started. This is kind of reminiscent of what Brock Purdy did his first year as a starter, and he couldn't finish it off because he got hurt against the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Philadelphia Eagles end up going to the Super Bowl. But I think he'll have a speedy recovery. But far as them going forward, I'm agreeing with Donald. Everybody got a puncher's chance in this thing. They don't have a lot of film on him, like Mike said, so he may be able to go out there. Sean Payton is an excellent coach. He knows how to coach quarterbacks, evidently. And I think he's going to find a way to get this guy ready, some high percentage passes, whether it be the Houston Texans or it be the New England Patriots. The reason why I say it don't matter as much, I know everybody keeps saying if Houston get there, which I think Houston will get there because I got Houston going to the Super Bowl. But the thing about it is I've seen Houston, even that vaunted defense, get dismantled by Riley Leonard. Like I've seen people pick this defense apart. So it's not unheard of that they can have one lapse and a team can figure something out. So I'm with Donald. Is everybody's first opportunity they'll be playing in that game because Bo Nix is out, and then you got Drake May. This will be his first time, and this will be the first time C.J. Strauss, if he makes it, gets to the AFC Championship game. So I'm agreeing with Donald. Go ahead,
Bo Nix.
Jody, you said Bo Nix is the son of a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm the son of? You want to talk about how that conversation? Son of a bitch.
But we hope Bo Nix got. We hope. You're still going. My bad, son.
Change subject. Indianapolis coach brought back Phillip Rivers. How come Denver can't bring Drew Brees in there for the championship game?
Because their arm about to fall off. Go ahead, dog.
I mean, you said Bo Nix have a speedy recovery. We hope so because he ain't that young, so he might already be in the later stages if he can get injured.
Hey, Dom, you said you got old bones.
He already.
Hey, you know how it is when you're older and you try to get those in. But let's talk about I think I had a 911 call yesterday, guys, to the Pacific Northwest. And I said, please, somebody go save the fucking 49ers because they were getting brutally beat yesterday from start to finish. It looked like Kane whooping Eileen's cousin in that game. I was like, what the fuck happened to the Niners? Sorry, my man King Minks, man, we got to talk about this. I know you don't like talking about this, but Michael, the people chat, it was a brutal beating in the Pacific Northwest last night, man. Talk to me, man.
That looked more like Kane and Chauncey because that was an assault right from the kickoff, and there was
it's like Kane whooping your ass.
And the tape, when it gets to the police, will indict the whole Seattle team because they all participated in the beatdown of the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy looked like a peewee quarterback running for his life, trying to find somewhere to throw the ball just to stay alive back there. Walker looked like Herschel Walker last night. I haven't seen that guy run like that since he was at Michigan State, running up and down the field against Miami down in Hard Rock Stadium. That's the last time I seen him look that efficient. And they looked dominant. They looked like the best team. They were the best team. Dudes started dropping like flies for the 49ers and dropping the ball. And I was like, oh, my God. They didn't give Brock Purdy nothing to work with. Clear domination. And now, this is the point of the show that I've been waiting for all day.
Oh, Lord.
Are we ready to give Sam Darnold the one-time comeback player of the year?
That never happened.
His due for advancing teams in the last couple years further than they have been in years and put some respect on that man's name.
I'm not going to allow Mike to do that. I'm gonna give him credit for winning this game, but because I mean he was the quarterback that did it. But to say that he advanced team further than they ever been is very blasphemous. To say that he took Minnesota when he lost the playoff game in Minnesota, and then he still got a lot of work to do because Russell Wilson took them to a Super Bowl and won it. So
when was the last time he won it?
Huh?
When was the last time Seattle?
You said you're taking a team that where they never been. Like you saying that's blasphemy. He won one playoff game, Mike. Let's hold our horses. Let's hold our horses. Donald, talk to me about this game.
I mean, yeah, everybody's seen what I've seen. Just a flat out beat down. Like it was like I said again, the NFL, you got to stop being so blatant with it. When like the text I sent that 251, everybody got their money on plus 7.5 and plus 14.5. It's no way they're gonna take an L like that. But I do think the Seattle Seahawks came out and flat out dismantled them. Like you said, they've been down players, so I'm not gonna say the Niners was injured because they've been injured. But I'm gonna give the Seahawks all the credit in the world. They look like the best team, and they flat out came out and just dismantled them. And And they might have pushed themselves to the forefront of being the Super Bowl favorites out of the last 4 with the way they looked yesterday. But everything changes because styles make fights, and they just beat up on San Francisco like this a couple weeks ago. So therefore, they may just have their number and mastered the way they play.
Absolutely. Good stuff. King Ming said, man, our 49er offensive line is so damn trash. I have no excuses just getting whipped. He said Shady McCoy said that Mac Jones would have been better. And he said, Mike, you Mike on that Mike Irville dope on that dope's talking about Sam Darnold. Even King Ming said he on that dope talking about Sam Darnold already. Ray, talk to me about this brutal beatdown in the Pacific Northwest.
The Seahawks just got out on them early, man. And sometimes once you snatch a team's heart early, ain't no coming back. And that's what I saw with them. From the kickoff to getting the 3 and out to going back down and scoring, and next thing you know, they look up, it's 17. It's 17 zip. It's really nothing to really dissect on this one. I've been a Brock Purdy apologist, especially to a lot of the San Francisco fans that, man, why we play Brock Purdy, man? Why we play? I'm like, man, he's doing what he can with what he got. I don't believe that Mac Jones would have been better. I think Mac Jones would have been running for his life yesterday too, because the offensive line is what let Brock Purdy down, and Brock Purdy was running for his life. So Mac Jones would have been probably doing the same thing. Brock was out there trying to extend plays and still trying to make stuff happen, and he just wasn't able to do it, man. I felt bad for Brock. I felt bad for McCaffrey, because McCaffrey, this was the one season that he has been healthy the whole time, the whole season, and was the one consistent player that didn't get hurt out all season. And for them to lose like that yesterday, I feel bad for my guy CMC.
I feel bad for Fred Warner, because he was like, y'all can win one more game, I get to play.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, he go ahead and sit on the bench. Solo Sports, man, talk to me about this game, man. You said the game was over after the first kickoff. You said ball. You always calling some games early. You know I'm
I was right
right
this time, though. I was right this time.
You was right on the other one, because you called ball game in Indiana. It was ball game for that.
Ball game.
Mike's over here talking about giving Sam Darnold some respect. Giving Sam Darnold credit for this win is like saying the Bulls needed Will Purdue to win those championships. It's not. Sam Darnold did nothing. He was a role player. He was a starting quarterback. He was a role player yesterday. He was like a backup guard out there. He didn't even do anything. He didn't need to. His teammates carried him to a win. He probably think, I didn't have to see ghosts today. I'm so happy I didn't have to do anything. Opening kickoff, he's like, man, they already gave me 7 points. This is great. So, like I said, man, I think, like Donald said, I think the Seahawks have the 49ers number. They did this to them just a few weeks ago. They didn't do anything. Same thing. That crowd got going early. It was over quick. I do agree. I think their offensive line let the 49ers down, but the Seahawks looked unstoppable yesterday. And if they do that again next week, they're on their way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, this game right here was just the energy in that stadium. You could feel it from the TV.
Oh, yeah.
Like when Doug Baldwin got up there and was doing a thing, this is one of the loudest stadiums in all of sports. And I think that when that did it, and King Ming said that Will Purdue statement was a classic, so that was definitely a classic. I was going to go more Randy Brown, but I like Will Purdue too. But no, that energy in that stadium was electric. I could imagine what the players felt, because I felt it through the TV. Like, wow, I want to go play. Give me a helmet. Let me go play. And the 49ers didn't stand a chance before the opening kickoff. So when the kickoff actually went back for a touchdown, it was like, okay, let's change the channel, but we got to watch it because we're sports guys, so we got to watch it. Like Mike was saying, he said that Walker looked like Herschel Walker. No, he looked like Texas Ranger Walker. He looked like Chuck Norris out there, because he was looking fantastic. 3 rushing touchdowns. They didn't have to do much. I think everybody played complimentary football. The 49ers, man, I got to tip my hat. To say that Brock Purdy didn't do his thing is really a ill statement to make, coming from a guy like Shady McCoy, because this guy stood no chance. He had no receivers. There's no tight end. And even with like CMC was playing, but CMC is still nicked up. You know what I'm saying? Like defensively, you wasn't going to be able to stop anybody. And I thought he did a good job by stabilizing the offense in the second half, but to at least get them to a 17-6 score, and at least made it where they had a puncher's chance going into halftime. So for somebody that want to get into the Hall of Fame making statements like that, I'm not even gonna get on him because I think Shady McCoy is really good at what he does. But come on, man, like to say that Mac Jones would have did better, you're trying to start a quarterback controversy that don't even need to be there. Because I think Mac Jones is going to go somewhere else and potentially be a starter for somebody else. So I don't like those particular statements, but that's what guys do to try to get some clickbait or whatnot. And I think that was a irresponsible statement because Brock Purdy did everything he possibly could. Look at who he had. Look who he was throwing it to, guys. Come on.
So is it fair to say no matter how good of a quarterback you are, it don't matter, you're not going to win if your team is not that good?
If you playing out there with the third streamers, yeah. Like I mean, I don't think Tom Brady could have. I don't think Tom Brady could have. I don't think he could have did nothing with that.
I'm just understanding it's the same thing because we just talked about two quarterbacks. One was Brock Purdy. And it was like, okay, he didn't have what he needed as far as team-wise to compete. And then we talked about Sam Darnold, who got a blow.
Whoa!
Oh my bad. Like who got a blowout win, and he didn't do anything. So my thing is the team matters more than the individual performance. So I don't believe that those wins or losses should fall on that one person.
But that's the thing. Go ahead.
No, and that's what I was just about to say. Like I think that that's why you got to watch the game. And that's why sometimes the numbers don't always tell the story because you're going to look at it and you're going to say, Sam Darnold got to win. But then you look at his numbers, you look a little bit closer. You're like, hold on, he only threw it 17 times. He completed 12 of his passes. He threw it for 126 yards and 1 touchdown. Who carried the low balls is Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker. Like they did the brunt, and then the defense did what they were supposed to do. So that to me, that's more of a team collective win. And then you got sometimes where Josh Allen, they needed Josh Allen to be Superman to get that team win. So now it adds a little bit more context to the question that I asked Jody. What does a championship caliber team look like? And a caliber championship team looks like a team that can win in all facets of the game. And whether it's special teams, defense, your run game is clicking. If you got to throw the ball, you can throw the ball effectively. What we saw yesterday was a championship style team that blew out a desolate team that was been needing real help all year, but it just kind of imploded right in our face. Pause.
Whoa.
Not in my
I said imploded. Whoa. Not exploded. Yeah.
But my thing is, I always say the quarterback is going to take the brunt because, and it's not just the quarterback, because the quarterback and the coach are the only two people that got wins and losses next to their record. And I think in this game, Kyle Shanahan, I think he was playing with the ace the whole time coming up into this game. And in this game, he couldn't simplify the offense. He couldn't make it where he got dump it off of Kittles, and Kittles could have created matchups where he could have got one-on-ones on the outside. Who was scared of the backup tight end for Seattle for the 49ers? Who was scared of Jennings going one-on-one? So that defense looked dominant because they could do so many exotic things that Brock Purdy couldn't swing the ball to CMC. You couldn't line CMC up out wide because they can double team their key players because the other players didn't pose any threats. That's why I said that it didn't matter what Brock Purdy did in that game. So I'm not exonerating the fact that it's a team game, but I will say that it was nothing that he could really do in that particular match. I'm not saying for the whole season. I'm just talking about in that particular matchup when nobody gonna beat nobody. When nobody beating the 49ers yesterday in Seattle. Nobody was beating Seattle the way in Seattle.
I agree. That's why I always try to break down the person's individual performance rather than say place more importance on the win or loss, because you can play better than somebody and your team don't allow you to win or they can win. But I agree with what you're saying, though, for sure.
Whoever plays Seattle next week is going to be in Seattle no matter who wins the game today. You bet what the game plan should be. Let's keep this game somewhat close and make Sam Darnold play quarterback, because he didn't have to play quarterback yesterday. I could have quarterbacked that team yesterday. So keep the game close, and we'll see if Sam Darnold starts seeing ghosts like when he was a Jet. We'll see.
But this is the thing. So, and we about to get to this next matchup. Matter of fact, and let's go ahead and let's transition to it right now. The Rams and the Bears. So the winner has to travel out to the Pacific Northwest. Who has more success against Seattle than anybody? The Los Angeles Rams. We know if you take away that phantom fucking 2-point conversion where the dude just picked it up and handed it to the ref and got the damn two, that was the most that play. Now we talking about refs. Like the play was dead. He literally was just trying to hand the ball to the ref, and because he knew that everybody thought the play was dead to give him a 2-point, and then that we knew there was an avalanche after that. Donald, talk to me about this game between the Rams and the Bears. It is going to be in the new Soldier Field. It's going to be frigid conditions. What happens in this game? We got the veteran versus the guy that don't know no better in Caleb Williams.
This is tough, man. This is tough because, like I said, I feel like Caleb Williams has the it factor, and I feel like that Chicago defense, I believe in that momentum thing. They can take the ball away and shift momentum a lot. But I got faith in Matt Stafford. I'm honestly picking the Rams to win the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way with Caleb Williams. But I do think sometimes your magic run out and the Bears can't keep getting. I don't know, because the Broncos still doing it. So you maybe just better being lucky than good. But at the same time, I do think the Rams will win the game. I think Matt Stafford is a little more solid at this point than Caleb Williams, but I do think Caleb Williams have more it factor. So it could go either way, but I'm going to take the Rams to win the game. Close, though. Probably about 31-27.
Hey, King Mink says, so ain't you supposed to be coaching the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, I got a mini camp after the show.
It's crazy. Hey, talk to me about this game. The Rams and Bears, both of these teams, I think can fare well against the Seattle Seahawks. I think neither one of them are scared. I think both of them got good quarterback play, and they're healthier than most teams that are playing still. Talk to me about this matchup right here.
Big playoff game. The weather's going to be a factor. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's going to be negative degrees out there. Probably about 40-mile-per-hour winds, like we talked about Joey yesterday. Field goal kicking is going to be optional in this game. Everybody probably be going for two and going for it on fourth down probably the entire football game. I do like the Bears running game in this. I like their wide receivers. They're completely healthy. And also, the Bears have nice tight ends, Joey. I know you like them tight ends. They like them tight. See, I like them a little jiggly, but tight. I know I like them a little. You know how you snap the jello and it moves. That's how I like mine. All that being said, great football game today.
What the hell just happened?
Stafford, probably this year's MVP. I think it's gonna be too cold for him up there in Chicago. I got Chicago. I like what Donald saying that I think the Bears turn the ball, create a lot of turnovers on defense. I like the running game, and I think they keep the game close. And I think the Bears win at the end like they always do. Bears take care of business today at home against the Rams.
They will be without T.J. Edwards, the stud middle linebacker for the Bears. I think he is out for the remainder of the playoff. I think that's going to be key. Let's see what his replacement can do. But we all know guys on the bench are just as good as some of the starters for a lot of teams. Ray, talk to me about this game, the Rams, Bears, man. This is the second playoff game for the Bears in as many weeks. They haven't seen this many playoff games since the '85 Bears, man. Talk to me.
It's crazy work since they did Lovie Smith wrong.
They've been cursed ever since.
Man, for real. I like this matchup. I just don't like it for the Rams because of the weather. But Matthew Stafford, he knows what it's like, man. He's a seasoned vet. We might be like you said, might be looking at the league MVP this year. Man, but you know, I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one. I'm gonna pick this one with my heart, man. My brother was a Bears fan, man. You know, I'm representing for my guy. You know, this was his favorite jersey. So I'm going with the Bears on this one, man. I think they're gonna go ahead and get it done. And they'll be up in Seattle next week.
Hey, big shout out to Big Bro, because my big bro, he liked the Bears, and my nephew, Jeffrey Jr., JJ Jr., likes the Bears. But I don't give a shit. The Bears not winning this game, guys. The Rams are a team of destiny. McVay is going to outcoach Ben Johnson. I think Ben Johnson's doing a fantastic job, but McVay is probably top 2, top 3 coaches in the NFL, man. Only person I'd take ahead of him probably is Andy Reid, and that's questionable because where Andy Reid is in his career for his years. But nevertheless, on the field, Devontae Adams is going to get all those kinks out from last week. He's going to be the X factor. Being on the opposite side, going against Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson has came back from injury and played superb. He's a top 10 cornerback. Both of these teams it's gonna be a lot of points in this cold weather. We're gonna see a lot of explosions that's gonna keep it warm up there in Soldier Field because both of these quarterbacks can play some football, man. So I know Soul is really big on that running game with Swift and the kid out of Rutgers, Rutgers running back. But they have some running backs down there with the Rams as well with Williams and Chrome. So it's just going, and we know that Puka Nacua is just going to be Puka Nacua. We just know this kid is just different. This is the guy that came out of nowhere. He's just absolutely different, guys. I don't care who you put on him. I don't care what kind of coverage you put on him. He just seems to get open every snap. He's not the fastest. He don't seem to be the strongest, but he's always open. That's going to be the case. So I'm really interested in seeing this. But the Browns win this game. And I think it's going to be an explosion up in the Pacific Northwest between boom in the Pacific.
What the fuck?
So
How do that explosion again, Jody?
who is Puka Nacua, the Super Saiyan version of Ricky Pro?
Bruh, Donald, yes.
He's way better than Ricky Pro.
Now,
Donald, it's like he took the super serum. It was Ricky Pro, and he took the super serum like Captain America. Now he's Puka Nacua. Like that, he's the winter soldier, bro.
Ricky Pro kept us out of the Super Bowl, man. That force out rule anyway.
Michael, the People's Champ is back. Hey, talk to me about this game. You didn't get to pick this game, the Rams and Bears, man. What do you think happens in this matchup right here, Mike?
I really want to bear down. You can hear me?
No, it's like you on the water.
Yeah, it's like you're in the tunnel.
Can you hear me now?
No,
Nah, you're going to have to.
sound like
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he'll just have to pick a game when he comes back. Looking at the audio, but anyway, he'll come back and he'll pick that game, or he could just pick this game right here. So now I'm gonna go to Ray more just Barbara Lindsay. We got the Texans going to Foxborough Stadium to go against the New England Patriots. This is a quarterback matchup between C.J. Stroud as well as Drake May. Talk to me about this particular matchup right here. Two great defenses, two well-coached teams, two defensive-minded head coaches. Talk to me, Ray.
Oh man, this one is gonna be for all the marbles. I see this game probably going like how the going down to the wire, like the Bills and the Bills game yesterday, and Bills in Denver. Two good defenses. My thing is CJ Stroud. What CJ Stroud is gonna show up? Which CJ Stroud is gonna show up? Because he can't be turning the ball over against this defense because they're gonna make him pay. The run game for the Patriots is got to be flawless, but that defense of the Texans is lights out. I really want to see how they gonna handle this game. They're gonna get after it. I think they're gonna make Drake May very, very, very uncomfortable, and I want to see how that plays out, man. But if I'm picking this game, I'm picking the Texans. I think that their defense is a Super Bowl caliber defense.
most definitely.
Like hands down, lights out, bro. They are that damn good. And so with that being the case, man, I really want to see which CJ Stroud is gonna show up. And for Mike, I want to see my boy Travion Henderson go out there and run for about 200 yards in this game.
Whoa.
If they run for 200, they gonna still win? The Texans still gonna win?
Yeah. Yeah, they still will win. I'm just bolstering up my Ohio State boys because I know because I even mentioned their name, he's gonna find some kind of way. I know what type of time this is, and I know where we're going with this. And we're talking about Ohio State. Can we wait until the end of the show to let this happen? I know what Mike gonna do, so I might as well just go ahead and blow it up for him so he can just run away with it.
Solo on Sports, talk to me about this game, the Texans and the Patriots.
CJ Stroud, he's the key to this football game. I hope he's not trying to redeem himself from how he played last week. I hope he's not in his head thinking, okay, I got to play much better. I got to make these certain plays. Just play. Hopefully he can have a Sam Darnold type game today. Hope he can come out there and just throw the ball 15 or 20 times. The running game plays well, and the defense takes over. I think that's the key to the game today. I do like New England's football team, and they're very good at home also, just like the Broncos. But I think defense travels no matter where you are, and I think this is the best defense in the league. I'm looking for the Houston Texans to make Drake May have a couple of turnovers in his football game, getting a short field for C.J. Stroud, and I think they'll find a way to win this game. So I got the Houston Texans winning this game 24-13.
Yeah, also Nico Collins is out. He's ruled out with the concussion, so that's going to be interesting to see who CJ Stroud can actually get the ball to in this matchup. But we might try to get back in here. I'll go to Donald. Donald, what do you think about this Houston Texans versus the New England Patriot game? Who you like in this one?
I like the Texans, man. That like everybody said, that defense done scared me. It scared me, and I don't even got to play against them. But no, I like the Texans, and I believe that I've seen them win with the quarterback actually giving the ball away. I can't see him playing that bad again. So therefore, even if he plays just solid, the defense is enough to carry him to a win. But at the same time, Drake May's pretty good too. But I'm gonna take the take the Texans to get the win and possibly go to that Super Bowl now, especially with Bo Nix out. But as of this week, I'm gonna take the Texans. I'm gonna take the Texans to go.
But this is the thing too. Drake May was very generous with the football last week as well. Like let's make no mistake. Like it wasn't like he was protecting the ball at all costs. It's just that his defense was able to just basically brutally beat the hell out of Justin Herbert last week. But it's gonna be a whole different type of monster this week because of that defense. And I think CJ Stroud have learned from his mistakes from last week. I'm hoping so, because even though he had those 3 turnovers, he still was able to command a victory. He made some big time throws on third down. He kept extending plays. He kept extending drives. And this game, he's going to have to do that because he's going against 2 of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. We're talking about Marcus Jones and also Christian Gonzalez. So it's not, and then you're going with your number 2s and 3s at the wide receiver position. So it's going to be an interesting matchup where I think New England is going to be able to blitz. They're going to be able to blitz more because they're going to be able to go single coverage. So that means there's going to be more pressure on CJ Stroud because I still think a question mark with him is the offensive line. The running game played pretty solid. I love to see my man Nick Chubb get in there, make plays, and really help extend plays and extend drives. But that defense, I think we're going to have a battle of defense because as much as we say that the Houston Texans defense is fantastic, that New England Patriot defense is fantastic as well. So, but in this particular matchup, man, I'm going Houston because I picked the Houston Texans to go to the Super Bowl. I said it before the playoffs started, so I can't get off the bandwagon now. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. And I say the Houston Texans in this game, they win. Let's go 25-13 in this game, 25-13. Michael, the people saying, what do you think about in this particular matchup right here?
He's worse. We gotta get you out this Boost mobile phone you got.
He got a crazy phone. Remember the phone?
He gotta get his anytime minutes. Anywhere minutes.
Using up my daytime minutes. We still can't hear you. Charlie Chapman, we can't hear you. Charlie Chapman, we can't hear you.
Hey, your Pee-wee ain't an antenna. Like you gotta
move on, Joey. Hey, do sign language. Do sign language.
Well, until Mike, I don't know what he's going on with his audio.
Look like he said he's going for Tua.
Doing the pink one is. Oh, never mind.
Yo,
Hey, they cut off his communication like they tried to do at Michigan against Ohio State.
yeah, I don't know what's going on. He's out there on the water, so probably there's some things going on. But before we leave this game right here, Ray, I'm gonna go to you now. We got the quarterback competition, and I'm gonna go around the horn. Who has the advantage at the quarterback between C.J. Stroud and Drake May in this particular matchup?
Drake May. Drake May because he has his weapons. Yeah, and he's played more consistent to me than CJ Stroud this year. I know he was a little frivolous, a little careless with the ball last week, but all year, man, to me, Drake May was right there, and all year he was right there with the MVP, going neck and neck with Matthew Stafford. So to me, he has the advantage, and that's why I said when I gave my take about this game, which CJ Stroud is going to show up. And I think that's the key for me is which CJ Stroud's going to show up, because Drake May, I think he's been a model of consistency most of this year.
Okay, Donald, who you trust more between CJ Stroud and Drake May right now?
That's tough. I do believe Drake May is better at this point. He's only played 1 year. He played MVP caliber football, but CJ Stroud does have a couple years of playoff experience on him. So at that point, who would I trust more? I would say Drake May, just because, like Ray said, good point. He has his weapons and he's playing at home with that crowd and noise being on his side. But I can see somebody going with CJ Stroud also because of the experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about you? So who has the advantage at the quarterback position?
I'm going to CJ Stroud because he don't have to play against his own defense. If he had to play against his Houston defense, I would have picked Drake May. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud. Like everyone else is saying, he does have some playoff experience. Got a couple of wins on his belt already. Drake May just got his first one last week. So yeah, I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud.
In this matchup, if experience, Soul said all the time, experience sometimes is overrated. I've heard Soul say it, and I he has some truth to what he says. But then I got to go on the other hand, experience being there. If you ain't never been in a situation, sometimes you don't know how to fucking act. In this
Sometimes
game,
that's your best thing.
In this game alone, I'm gonna go CJ Stroud. And the reason why, it's no way that CJ Stroud has another 5 turnover performance again. We've seen him have bad games in the past and bounce back and play tremendous in the next game. I think he's gonna be more particular with the football because he doesn't have Nico Collins. So those Iowa State wide receivers that he have over there, they done drafted 3 of them. He's going to find one of those Iowa State guys. And then that running back last week, they leaned on him, and he played fantastic, man. Was his name Marks?
Yeah.
Marks out of USC played fantastic. He looked like he belongs here. And then Nick Chubb was a great complimentary player. So I think C.J. Stroud is not going to have 5 turnovers or potentially 5 turnovers in this game. So I'm gonna go C.J. Stroud in this game.
I don't think Gonzalez is playing today. The corner.
Yes, he is.
Is he playing?
He's clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Jody, to your point, this is why the coaching is going to have to matter way more than the play of CJ Stroud, because when you know that you're lacking certain weapons, your play calling has to be, all right, we're going to try to run the ball until we can't run the ball no more, and then we're going to make CJ Stroud throw the ball when we need him to throw the ball, and make sure and just hope that he's making the right plays, and distributing the ball to the right people at the right times.
But he did. Christian Kirk played fantastic last week. Like Christian Kirk,
I agree.
He took over because Christian Kirk, coming from Arizona, could have been a number 1, and they thought he was going to be the number 1 with the Houston Texans when he got there. But Nico Collins came out of nowhere and became the stud at the wide receiver position. So I think that you got Noel out of Iowa State. You got a lot of these kids from Iowa State that they got. I guess Iowa State got a great wide receiver room over there. So I just think that and we can't forget about Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz has been a model consistency at the tight end position. So I think I'm gonna trust CJ Stroud just slightly a little bit more in this game because like Drake May was giving the ball away too. He was giving that shit away like free pussy. So
you say free?
Free pussy.
Is there such thing as free?
It's a lot of free pussy. It's
Nah,
not. It
you
is.
gonna pay for it. You gonna pay for it in some kind of capacity.
Hey, not unless you.
No, don't say it. Gonna get yourself in trouble, bro.
Hey, not unless you RJ Barrett.
Well,
That's man coochie. That's different.
yeah, that
No.
one. You got
And that's
to
for
take the
and
P
that's
off
for
that.
Dusty. That's for Dusty. That is for Dusty. But yeah, before we get to this last thing,
Oh man, y'all.
I
silly,
really
bro.
was trying to.
Hey, Chris Vick stupid. He
I was
said
really
if it's
not
free,
gonna
hook me up.
because Mike is not here, so I'm not going to talk about the college football playoffs. We'll do that on tomorrow's show. We'll go at 7:00 and we'll go all the way up until kickoff. But I'm not going to put this at the bottom, but Soul on Sports, the Atlanta Falcons have employed former Cleveland Brown head coach Kevin Stefanski as their head coach, reuniting him with Kirk Cousins. Talk to me about this relationship and what does this mean for the Atlanta Falcons?
I don't know. I looked up some stats here, Joe. I know you're a stat guy. The last couple of years, Kevin Stefanski has been 8-26 with the Cleveland Browns.
I'm familiar with that.
Raheem Morris, 16-18, so 23% winning percentage to 47%. Is it an upgrade? I don't know. Maybe it's the organization. Maybe Atlanta has a better leadership team than they do in Cleveland. So we'll see. Maybe he was dealing with more shit than we know. I mean, you probably know more than me, Joe, since you're a Cleveland fan. I'm trying to get you to switch teams. It's not too late, brother. The Titanic has not sunk yet. There's still some lifeboats there. You can get on there. You can go get on that Cincinnati Bengals. You can go get on the Tampa Bay or the Commanders. We got a whole bunch of bandwagon fans now. All that being said, I don't know if it's an upgrade or not. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing it's an upgrade, maybe, possibly. I didn't really think Raheem Morris was a very good head coach. I think he's more of just a defensive coordinator, just my opinion. Okay.
What's up, Trey? He said, what's good? Hey, Trey Roberts in the building, man. That's my guy from TikTok, man. Good stuff on there. If you ain't following, man. He got a lot of great basketball insight on his page, man.
Hey, am I back?
Yeah, you good.
You sound like an 8
right.
King Ming said, what this mean for the Falcons 2028? They be looking for another coach. Michael, the people, Tim, talk to me about your team employing Kevin Stefanski as their head coach.
This is as eventful as going to Baskin Robbins and getting a double scoop of vanilla ice cream.
So you don't like it?
There's no splash. When we're taking Cleveland's leftovers, that means we're really in a bad spot. There's just nothing about this that I mean, Viagra can't help my excitement level about this shit. That's how disappointing this is to all other people out there. I would have rather seen the Arizona coach that just posted a few days ago about his new job and accepting applications. Being our coach. That's the guy I would want.
Why the agent says the man who loves vanilla?
Hey, I'll tell Asia this for sure. Sometimes the best chocolate you can get is white chocolate. Understand?
Okay. Jason Williams. Okay. Donald, man, what do you think? This is an inter-conference team, interdivisional team. Talk to me, Donald. What does Kevin Stefanski being the head coach of Atlanta mean?
I mean, he was coach of the year twice. He went to the playoffs twice. And when he goes to Atlanta, I believe Atlanta has at all the positions. I feel like at quarterback, even Kirk Cousins, as bad as we talk about him, has upgraded to what Cleveland has had at quarterback. Bijan Robinson is better than any running back that Cleveland's had.
Shit.
And man, Bijan
bet
Robinson
on fucking Nick Chubb.
Bijan Robinson is a world-class talent.
He is, bro.
Bijan Robinson, they have a then Drake London is probably a better receiver than all they had. So he has better things to work with in Atlanta. So, and I believe that the players have more influence on the winning than the coach anyway. The coach has to have certain things to work with. Cleveland got studs on defense. That's why they were good on defense. But it's on the offensive side of the ball, they haven't really had much to work with. The Atlanta Falcons have real talent on the offensive side of the ball, so he may fare pretty well.
It ain't no fucking way in hell that he got a lot of room to go to reach. Nick Chubb was the best running back in football. Period. At one point,
Bijan Robinson is like maybe Bijan Robinson is really good.
I ain't saying he's not, but y'all just sleeping on Nick Chubb. Y'all sleeping on Nick Chubb. Ray, what do you think about Kevin Stefanski being the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons?
I'm not going to get into the mediocrity of both of these franchises. Now, no, but
Hey, that was good.
And they calling me petty, right? That was
the mediocrity in both of these guys.
Hey, I couldn't even get mad about what he just said. I was just like, hold on.
I mean, come on.
Truth hurts sometimes, don't it?
That was funny as hell, though.
Because to me, man, I just look at it like Kevin Stefanski was 45 and 56 as the coach for the Browns. His best two seasons was 2019 and 2023. And when he had 11 wins. So if the best he can do with Cleveland is 11 wins, I think that's going to be probably about the best he can do with Atlanta as well. I don't see him really moving the needle, pushing the needle any farther than Raheem Morris has done with this team. I mean, we kind of splitting hairs with the talent that he had in Cleveland versus the talent he's going to have, because that defense ain't nothing. That defense don't compare to Cleveland's defense. So I guess he would really win more on the offensive side, but he's going to lose on the defensive side. So to me, I don't think he's a good coach. I think whatever he is, whether he's an offensive guy or defensive guy, maybe he should be in the coordinator position, because to me, he's going to have a lot of making up to do with how he tried to treat the young boy in Cleveland, man. So,
and then he's gonna come to Atlanta, the chocolate city. Come on, man. They gonna hate him from the very start. The fan base is. I can tell you that. So yeah, this is fucking crazy. But Mike Tomlin don't seem like he's available, so maybe.
All the fans care about is winning, Mike. I don't think they give a shit about that.
He's gonna have to come in there to win. He's gonna have to come in there and start winning immediately. That's the only thing that's gonna keep them off of his keister.
Go ahead, Donald, before I go.
I was about to say, Atlanta, as far as they had a talent and they in a division to where they can't be in the playoffs next year. If you win and go to the playoffs next year, the fans just shut up.
My take on this one is, so basically said what I was gonna say. Raheem Morris was 8-9 in back-to-back seasons, and he was tied for the division lead, and he lost on a tiebreaker. Let's keep it all the way real. He lost off of a tiebreaker. It wasn't like it was like somebody in the division just ran away with it. To bring in Kevin Stefanski, who has struggled the last 2 years, he's supposed to be a quarterback whisperer, and he can't even get a quarterback in there. Whether he had Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, whoever you name, you're supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. All those 5 quarterbacks can't be the reason why you can't win football games. I'm just going to keep it all the way real. If you're supposed to be that, Kevin O'Connell had done it. He's winning games with J.J. McCarthy. He's winning games with Kirk Cousins. He's winning games with Mullen. So we've seen that that's the true quarterback whisperer in Kevin O'Connell down in Minnesota. So Kevin Stefanski won 2 Coach of the Years because he basically had competent quarterback play in those 2 seasons. But this is what I see in Atlanta. We can go ahead and spell the end for Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. probably will never touch the field again as long as Kevin Stefanski is the head coach. He's not going to be healthy enough for the beginning of the season. He's going there because of Kirk Cousins. He had success with Kirk Cousins. And I think that Michael Penix Jr., they just wasted a draft pick on Michael Penix Jr. because he's not going to play in Atlanta. And that's what it spells for Kevin Stefanski. It's going to be very interesting. And I don't know if y'all picking up what I'm putting down is, will Michael Penix Jr. play quarterback in Atlanta for Kevin Stefanski when Shedeur Sanders couldn't play quarterback in Cleveland? Well, we know clearly he was the better quarterback in Cleveland from day one. So I'm wondering what that's going to do. We know Kirk Cousins still got a lot left in the tank, but we know Kirk Cousins is a regular season quarterback, not a playoff quarterback. I think Donald's right. If he can win 9-10 games, they may win a division, and we may be talking about how great a coach of the year that Kevin Stefanski is. because he's known to be mediocre and still win Coach of the Year. But I mean, how the hell you get a job after coming off of 8 wins? How you 8 wins in 2 seasons? How the fuck do you get a job? Okay, let's go around the horn. Solo on Sports. You telling me that Brian Leftwich won a Super Bowl, but he can't get a job, but you give a job to Kevin Stefanski who had 8 wins in 2 seasons?
Well, sometimes you got to have a certain skin tone that works out for you. You get more opportunities more often. It is what it is. We all know that's what's going on here. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he don't deserve another. He should go back to be a coordinator, then work his way back up to being a head coach. He hadn't done enough to just jump from one good job to another. I don't see it.
Michael, the people saying, what do you think about that? Why is it that the Eric Bieniemys, who have multiple Super Bowls, multiple MVPs that he coached as an offensive coordinator, they say he doesn't do well in interviews, whatever that means. But we got Kevin Stefanski, who has 8 wins in 2 seasons. In the year that he had the 3 wins 2 years ago, he was coming off a playoff run. Talk to me, Mike. What does that mean?
Well, I'm gonna stay off the obvious because we know what the obvious is. I'm gonna try to go a little bit deeper than that and go with Matt Ryan. What relationship does Kevin Stefanski have with Matt Ryan? Because Matt Ryan was brought in as the president of Operate Something. He was given a presidential position in the organization, and then and they said that he would be over hiring the next head coach, and the head coach that they hire is Kevin Stefanski. So, what in that family tree of Matt Ryan's career did he cross paths with Kevin Stefanski? Are they related? Did he marry his niece? Are they cousins? What relationship do they have? Because nobody on earth is going to go buy bad dope from somebody who's known for selling bad dope. It's just not going to happen. If you got a weed man that gives you that Reggie constantly, and then, you know, somebody else has got that haze, are you going back to the dude with the Reggie? Like, nobody's going to do that. Everybody wants the good shit. And unless there's something where you're trying to, you know, Jay-Z it, and he was short with cheese, I would work with them. I don't know, because this makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Donald, I'm gonna go like Mike said. We go a little deeper. Guys like Mike McCarthy has better, yeah, just a little different.
Right.
No Diddy, but Donald, Mike McCarthy has a better resume than everybody that's out in the coaching market, and that was including John Harbaugh. His resume mirrored John Harbaugh, if not better, and John's Mike Tomlin's resume. So why is it that we're gonna go Kevin Stefanski being the second domino that fall when there's plenty other opportunities for other guys like Jesse Mentor, Brian Leftwich, just to name a few guys that's on the market?
I mean, well, if you look out and like you read all the stuff in the football world, everybody really believes that Stefanski is a really smart guy and a good coach. Just because you're losing don't make you a bad coach. So now, with the people believing that he's good, I may just believe. They just hired a black coach. So I don't think they would have a problem hiring another one. So I really believe they believe in their hearts that Kevin Stefanski can do more for them. They may be wrong. But my thing is, I don't like to tie everything up in the racial thing. They just believe that he's better for his team than them.
And I'm not, Donald, I'm not saying that Atlanta has a racial thing. Not at all. I was just saying, as far as the coaching carousel, it seems like some people get more retreads than others. Go ahead, Mike, before Ray go.
Hey, Donald sounds like Eddie Murphy in Vampire in Brooklyn. Evil is good. Because he's trying to explain to me that a good coach, don't matter if you win or lose, you can still be a good coach. No, you can't be a good coach and lose. You can't keep losing and be a good coach. That's just not. You're not, and let me say this, you're not a good head coach. Maybe you are a good position coach, maybe you're a good coordinator, but you cannot continuously lose at the rate that he was losing and then be the hottest coach on the market. That's just not, that's impossible.
And Mike, that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he shouldn't have gotten the job, but damn, the second domino to fall.
I do believe you winning or losing has way more to do with the players that's playing for you than your actual coaching ability.
I think there's. What do you
Hold
think
on,
about
Donald.
coaches that do more with less?
Hold on, Donald, because I'm about to go to Ray. Didn't Barcells say you are what your records say you are? Now we not what our records say we are now.
You said Parcells?
Remember, Bill Parcells said you are what your record says you are, right?
Right, as a team. But then Bill Parcells, no, that's Bill Belichick. But I'm saying if you are who you are as a team. In Cleveland, they're not a good cool. They haven't been a good team. Cool.
But Cleveland had a lot of talent on that team. Who did we lose?
So
And
wow.
he won what? He had 10. And it's crazy that they say he's 8-26 over the last 3. Cool, but then you take away what 20 wins because he won 10 wins twice.
No, he won 11 wins twice.
He won. So we're gonna take out the good things and just make it about the bad ones.
But Donald, he was there for 6 years and had 2 winning seasons. Like, come on, bro.
And he had, this thing about like Shador, I don't know if I be watching different games. He don't look like certain things to me. It's not like he's had somebody you like, okay, he had Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or somebody. They haven't had anybody who's at that level. To be like, okay, you should just be winning every year.
I beg to differ. We had good enough quarterbacks to win a few games that we lost, but that's because I watch every game. Ray, talk to me about this. Kevin Stefanski and other people had better resumes than Kevin Stefanski, better resumes than him on the market. I'm not saying he shouldn't have got a head coaching job, but to be the second domino when you still got Jesse Mentor, Robert Saleh, Mike McCarthy, those guys, just to name a few. How did he become the second domino to fall?
Some people don't really be qualified, but they interview well. And I think that's pretty much what happened with this one. I think he went up there and gave an amazing interview. He probably was tying into what's dude's name, Arthur Monk or whatever the heck his name. Arthur Blanks, yeah, Blank Monk, whatever. He he probably went in there and was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna do everything you tell me to do. And he was like, all right, that's what we want. All right, bet. Now here's a gift card to Home Depot and get you some tools because you're gonna need it to rebuild what the hell we gotta fix it, what you gotta fix here. So I really don't know why he was the second person to get a job. Maybe because who they really wanted, the two that they probably really wanted had either took a job or isn't taking a job this year just yet. And so I think he was probably in their mind the third best option on the docket, and that's how he got that job. I think they really wanted Harbaugh, but Harbaugh took the Giants job, and they probably really wanted what's my guy Tomlin. And I think Tomlin because he's still under contract with the Steelers, they're going to have to trade something. They're going to have to give something away to actually get him to become their head coach. So I think a lot of teams are going to be a little bit reluctant. We haven't seen that since who was that, Jody? The last coach that Sean Payton. So I think a lot of teams are probably going to be a little bit more reluctant to actually do that right now. So that's why Kevin Stefanski is going to be that. He was that third guy.
I would have picked Brian Dable over it. That's me. But I think, like I said, I think Kevin Stefanski right now, I didn't think that he was going to not get a job this offseason. I just didn't think it was going to be this quickly. But I'm going to tell you who was very, very excited about it. Dan Orlovsky thought he was just the best thing since sliced bread. Dan Orlovsky was trying to give his job away before Cleveland even fired him this year because I really thought that after he named Shador Sanders as a starting quarterback that he was not going to lose his job because the way he was moving, then they was able to beat the two divisional rivals, beat the Steelers, beat the Bengals. And I know those games didn't really mean anything, but it meant a lot to the Steelers. That game meant a lot to the Steelers and for us to win that game. But nevertheless, man, Kevin Stefanski, best of luck down in Atlanta. I think he's going to have success, like Donald said, because he does have a relationship with Kirk Cousins. And I think that he does have a lot of talent, and the defense is much improved. Watts at safety, the two edges they got, applying pressure. So I think he does well. I think he can win 10, 11 games and automatically. But I think any coach could win at 10, 11 games. I think Raheem Morris was going to win 10, 11 games this year. So we'll see. But I know Michael Penix probably will never throw another pass in the Atlanta Falcon uniform.
Hey, Jody. When's the last time a team fired a brother and hired another brother right after that? Does that ever happen?
Houston Texans.
Oh, that light skinned dude. What's that dude's
Yeah, they
name?
fired him and then they brought in D'Amico.
You know what?
Ryan.
I don't think they knew that dude was black.
Actually, it was 3. They hired 3 black coaches in a row. They hired Lovie Smith. They hired, I forget his name. I think his name was Robertson. And then they hired D'Amico Ryan. So they did that in 3 consecutive hires.
Another thing on that, right? So I had to look it up. I didn't want to say nothing that was inaccurate. Okay, so the coach of the year is equivalent to like the MVP of coaches, right?
Something like that.
No, I think it's more or less most. In my opinion, I think the coach of the year is the most improved coach, because we know they don't always give the coach of the year to the best coach. Go ahead.
Hell, they don't get the best player. They don't get an MVP to the best players either.
True.
Man, leave Josh Allen alone. He had enough. He had a hard day, bro.
I know where Donald going. Go ahead, cook, Donald.
No, I was gonna say maybe Josh Allen need to go back to playing the easy people like Lamar, who they can't leave in the playoffs. But that's another thing.
Maybe Josh Allen should be in the NFC South and he can win easily.
I wasn't even going at that. I was just thinking about this Stefanski thing, and I was thinking about like resumes. The only coach he has 2 coach of the years, which means the only coach or only active coach who would have that who besides like Andy Reid, people who are looking for a job, would be Harbaugh. Harbaugh already took a job, so other than that, he would have the best resume other than the Super Bowl winning coaches that's out there.
No.
Out there.
He would have the best hardware, not the best resume. Having the best individual hardware doesn't mean that you have the best resume.
That's not the hardware man saying that, is it?
Right.
But you can't take it away from him. And I'm actually trying to legitimize your point.
Stuck in New York.
I don't think that he is, that having those coaches of the year absolves his record of being under 500, but it does speak to his, what you're saying is that, well, you could kick the tires on him because of his hardware, because he has coached well at times in the past.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and put some perspective on Kevin Stefanski, coach. If anybody can get a winning record with the Cleveland Browns, they will be the coach of the year. So whoever Cleveland brings in next year, and Cleveland somehow wins 10, 11 games, they're going to be coach of the year because of how bad Cleveland has been. People got to understand that. That's why I say you don't get a coach of the year to the best coach, because in both times that Cleveland, Kevin Stefanski won coach of the year, he did not even win the division. Matter of fact, one time he came in 3rd fucking place. How the fuck you come in 3rd place in your own division and win coach of the year? So it's not always about that. It's about the coach of the year is a little different than the MVP slightly, right? I know where you was going, but it's not about that. It's if you can take a bad team and turn that team around. So now the guy from the Jacksonville Jaguars, Cohen, like that Ray said, he feel like he should win coach of the year, and Mike Vrabel, coaches like that, Ben Johnson, taking teams that have not been there years prior, they're up for coach of the year. But if you really look at the totality of it, why wouldn't the coach of the year be Sean Payton?
Kind of like Sam Darnold.
I was just about to say, so basically the coach of the year is the comeback player of the year award.
Right. That's my opinion. Because if you're giving it,
that's what we've seen.
If you're giving it to the best coach, it would definitely be Sean Payton. Isn't he doing? He's the number 1 seed. He has the best record. Wouldn't that make sense? But they're talking about giving the coach of the year to Vrabel or to Cohen or to Ben Johnson because their teams have not been there from last year. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I think definitely improving your roster, your team performance typically trumps winning the Super Bowl that particular year. Very rarely is the Super Bowl winning coach the coach of the year unless it's a repeat or you're in contention to 3-peat or something like that. But typically, the coach that makes the most improvement with their particular football team would be up for coach of the year, i.e. the people you said probably the Bears head coach would be another candidate for coach of the year at this point. And Donald, also, hardware also includes Super Bowls, Super Bowl wins, playoff AFC, NFC championship games. And Stefanski's done none of that. So just to have the coach of the year means, okay, he can maybe improve a team that was bad to be better, but has no impact whatsoever on ultimate success if the goal is to win a Super Bowl.
Right. So to put some perspective on what you asked, Eagles Philly said he got the job because Matt Ryan went to Catholic school here in Philly, St. Joe's Prep, I believe, with Kevin Stefanski.
Oh, okay.
Is that what I just said?
Yeah.
A lot of times we hire people who we're comfortable with. I mean, I think the owner was like, "Hey, Matt Ryan, you come make the decision who's going to be the next head coach because it's obvious I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So you go ahead and pick the next guy."
And plus, they want somebody to be to have blame. Everybody, when you are very successful, it seems like very successful people want somebody to blame.
Oh yeah,
it's got to be. It can't be my fault. The show ain't going right. It's Donald's fault. The show didn't go right. It ain't my fault. It's bigger than the show. It's Donald. No, I'm joking, but that's how it goes.
How about Arthur Blank is damn near 900 years old and probably needs somebody in place that knows how to, text and, go on.
He's smart. He's smart for doing that. Jerry Jones,
yeah, and if he's leaving legacy for his family, he's got to put a football guy in place because at some point, unlike Jerry Jones, who thinks he's going, he's Methuselah or somebody just going, or somebody that's going to walk right into heaven.
You know what's crazy to me?
Go ahead, Doc.
I was watching a lot of stuff, and a lot of people were saying basically they should hire Coach Prime and get Shador. They should hire Coach Prime. We all see that Coach Prime can't coach football. But now, all of a sudden, you want him to be a head coach just because maybe he's black or that's just who people want. That's crazy.
Well, there's a lot of guys in the NFL that can't coach either.
You've actually seen that he's actually won in the NFL and went to the playoffs. And Kevin Stefanski at least can coach better than Prime.
Bro,
how do we know that?
We seen Jeff Saturday come out of a suit and tie from Kroger and step onto a sideline and get
you
it
saying
going.
Kroger?
Kroger. Yes, Winn-Dixie, wherever you want to say, that's where he came from. Into a Whole Foods, wherever you want to go with this. So don't tell me that Deion is a bad option because at least you get butts in the seat, jersey sales go up, and Atlanta is rocking. And if I'm an owner, that plays into it. I guarantee you Jerry Jones will consider all of that shit.
I agree, but we was talking about football. I agree with the business part,
Yeah.
but we watch Deion make sure they don't win games at Colorado.
I think he still got a timeout in his pocket from week 1.
I got a new favorite color in this red.
I think he's better suited for the NFL than college anyway.
Yes, sir.
Asia said, in Mike's words, it's like a dude getting with a woman who is a 4 and making her a solid 7.
I like that. I like that.
Hey, good stuff, man. Hey, Michael, the People Champ, man. Great show. We'll be back. We'll be talking nothing but college football championship tomorrow. I know you'll be right there at Hard Rock Stadium. We'll be getting some live coverage from you tomorrow, Mike.
I'm going to give you what I can, where I can, because I know.
No, you're not. No, the fuck you not. No, you're not giving me your seven strokes.
I'm gonna give you the best that I got.
He might only have 4 strokes for you.
But yeah,
because what I'm saying is gonna be anywhere I'm at is gonna be really, really loud, and so I'm gonna, see what I can do.
Just get to the locker room and broadcast the show from the locker room. I know you can do that. You got the pool.
Or you can put the bowl in front of you, and you and Michael Irvin can.
Wow.
I'm not going to designate that man. I'm not going to allow for that disrespect and blasphemy on that Hall of Famer at every level. Y'all stop that.
Booger sugar.
Like my man said in the one movie, we supposed to be brothers.
Are you a baller? Are you a baller?
Yeah. I mean, my man was trying to get off. He was trying to get the religious thing off real quick and to keep them rims.
Give me a motherfucker.
Right.
Go ahead, Donald. What you say?
I said Michael Irvin on something. He think he better than Randy Moss. He's crazy. But go ahead.
Hey, Michael, People Champ. Give me your final thoughts. We get out of here.
As we move closer to this national championship game, obviously I'm down here in Miami and enjoying last couple of days and the game tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to that. But I want to give a public service announcement to Hubert Davis. My attention will be squarely on your ass as soon as the clock goes to zero tomorrow night. Don't think that I ain't seen this bullshit the last two games that the North Carolina Tar Heels have lost by not playing any defense. I mean, they are playing Luka defense as a team. Just everybody gets a bucket. And so don't think it's gone unseen. Don't think that the people champ ain't paying attention to his own backyard. It's just I got other business to tend to, being that Jody and Ray couldn't handle their business, and I'm trying to take care of it for them. So I got to tend to this thing that they left in my plate since I snatched it from them, and then I'll get back to college basketball following tomorrow's activities. Thanks to Jody and Ray. Shout out.
Just
Shout
gonna
out.
say, your
The
North
OSU.
Carolina Tar Heels been on some bullshit. I don't watch both games. You lose to Cal. Y'all lose to Cal. Justin Pippen. Oh yeah, real quick. Do y'all know that LaMelo Ball, not Melo Ball, the one that rap? Which one is
Jello.
Jello.
Leangelo.
that? He's
Jello.
messing with Scottie Pippen's mom now.
Oh yeah,
Scottie Pippen's mom or his
Scottie
his
mom?
wife, his
Scottie
ex-wife.
Pippen's
I
mom?
mean, his wife, his
I
ex-wife.
was like,
I'm talking
damn.
about,
Oh, I
I'm
was
talking
like,
about
God.
Justin Pippen's. I'm sorry, Justin Pippen's mom. Justin.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord. You said
everybody-
Scottie's mom. I'm like, he fucking with Gail?
No, yeah, I like that too. Now I'm talking about Justin Pippen's mom. So, hey, so give me your final thoughts. We get out.
final thought, man. Anthony Edwards put up 55 points against the Spurs yesterday, but the Spurs won the game. Wemby spoiled his 55-point game. Afterwards, Anthony Edwards said, "I can beat Wemby one-on-one." NBA, I want to see this at the All-Star game. I want to see Wemby versus Anthony Edwards make it happen one-on-one. I would love to see it and see who could actually win one-on-one. That would be prime time television.
Yeah, that's crazy work. But you're getting your wish. They are doing the world versus the U.S. Something that you had said a couple years ago before this even came public. Ray, more just Barbalenz. Let me get your final thoughts. We get out of here.
And my final thought, since now we're transitioning, we're at the end of college football, we're transitioning into, the thick of college basketball, and really college basketball season is really jumping. Man, my Cincinnati Bearcats went ahead and did what they were supposed to do. They've knocked off what was that, number 2? Iowa State. Yeah, they knocked off Iowa State, man. And for real, I'm not even impressed with this Bearcats team. They play undisciplined most of the time, but they got that dub last night, man. I think they're going to be heading in the right direction. But they didn't just beat them it seems like Cincinnati versus Iowa State, they've won it in all facets. They beat them in college football. They beat them in women's college basketball, and then they beat them in with the guys college football, and then now they beat them in basketball, man. So I think Cincinnati got a thing with Iowa State, man. But I was very happy to see that win, man. Good win for the Bearcats yesterday.
No doubt. Donald, give me your final thoughts. We get out of here.
My final thought: we in championship time for the NFL, and I was just thinking about I wanted to ask how much weight does rings actually hold? Because if Matthew Stafford doesn't win, anybody else, whether it's Caleb Williams, whether it's Drake May, C.J. Stroud, dude from Denver, or Sam Darnold, if one of these guys win the Super Bowl, does that catapult them into the top quarterbacks in the league, being that some of our top guys don't have a Super Bowl? And I was wondering how much weight does it actually hold if one of these guys win the Super Bowl?
It actually holds a lot of weight because we talk about these guys that are so young. If you win the Super Bowl, if you're talking about right now, because even without these guys winning the Super Bowl, Drake May is a top 5 quarterback without winning the Super Bowl right now. If you say that Drake May is not a top 5 quarterback right now, then you're smoking something. So
I must be smoking.
I would have to agree with Jody on this because at the end of the day, if you win a Super Bowl in your first 5 years in the league, you've already outdone. Like it took Stafford, 15, 10, whatever, 11 years to win a Super Bowl. And there's no one else in this conversation. Joe Burrow doesn't have one. all these guys would catapult Dak and a bunch of these guys to be right where Jalen Hurts is, as a guy who's under 30 in their first 5 to 7 years to win a Super Bowl. That's an incredible feat that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, that's a definitely conversation, and
Yeah.
we'll sponge more on this because we'll know after the day. Probably can go to it on Tuesday or Wednesday because we'll know because college football will be over. We want to set our sights on college football tomorrow, but that's a good debate that we can
It
get
was
to.
actually a setup for Mike. I knew he was going to answer the question that way, and I said Shea Gilchrist-Alexander was a better point guard than John Stockton, but it don't catapult him because he's won and stuff already. But that was just a setup. I just make sure all things are not equal. But go ahead.
But I tell you that all the time. I don't treat my kids the same way.
That's craziness.
And neither do you. No one does.
I don't either.
I gotta treat my kids the same way because my son gonna let me know if I'm favoring Janae. He'd be like, "You paid for Janae's school?" I'm like, "Damn it, you're right."
But Jody, what I'm saying is, yeah, you can treat them in some ways the same, but there is no human way to treat two people on planet Earth the exact same because they're two different people. It's two different triggers, two different,
Okay. My final thought is we're almost at spring training. The pitchers and catchers, pause, are about to report to camp in about a month. So baseball is probably about 2 months away. And I don't know what the hell is going on out in Los Angeles with the Dodgers. They just signed Tucker to a 4-year, I believe it was like $220 million deal. How the hell do they keep getting the best players after winning the World Series is just absurd. You go get this guy to add to a lineup that already has Mookie Betts, that already has Ohtani, that already has Freddie Freeman. I mean, that has Will Smith. I mean, their whole lineup, Hernandez, their whole lineup is an all-star team, and you add another all-star bat to their lineup. And I always go back, and I did not like when the National League adopted the designated hitter. I thought that was what made them authentic in the National League. I don't know what's going on with the Dodgers, but doggone, if they don't win another championship, it will be a disappointment with adding Tucker to their lineup. I listen, man. I understand that baseball don't have no salary cap, but something has to be done when you have that much talent on one team.
Yeah, I can tell you what.
Baseball, do something because the Dodgers could literally roll off 3 to 4 more championships in a row, and nobody would bat an eye. That's my final thought.
Jody, make that a topic. Make that because that's a good topic to discuss.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. You went and put another. They have like out of the top 10 highest paid players in baseball, they got like 4 of them on the same roster.
I like it. I don't think any sport should have salary cap. I should be able to spend my money how I want to spend it. And you still got to spend it wisely and get the right players. I think no sport should have a salary cap.
But isn't it wise to go get the player at that position that's the best? Like next thing you know, they're gonna have a Cruz on a lineup real soon. Ella Cruz from Cincinnati will probably be a Dodgers at some point.
Hey,
He already turned down the Reds money.
Look at the Mets.
He didn't turn down the extension, so
the Mets out there spending money, but they're not spending their money wisely like the Dodgers are. They spending money too. They just ain't winning shit.
They just when they got the Mets just when they got Bo Bichetti, probably the best shortstop in baseball. 311 batting average, 18 home runs, 94 RBIs. They just when they got Juan Soto. So let's Mike, we definitely make that a topic because that's crazy work right there. But I'm your host of Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. Jody Coleman in the building. We got Michael, the People's Champ. Best of luck down there in South Beach, man. Enjoy yourself, man. We'll be watching the game. Hope you give us some live feeds. Even if it's too loud, at least let us get a visual where you are. We got Soul on Sports, Jarrell, Soul on Sports, Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas, looking like the intelligent brother from the bank. We got in that outstanding Outcast already got on. We got Ray, more than just a barber. Lindsay, he's sporting his bingo gear, man, because I think y'all will be back next year. Get some defensive players. I think y'all be just fine. Donald, the voice of the youth, man, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Y'all at a disadvantage because y'all kept Todd Bowles. But, And Baker Mayfield. As soon as y'all say Baker Mayfield's the MVP candidate, that motherfucker start playing like
he went from MVP to LVP, least valuable.
As soon as he gets the, I'm telling you, Baker Mayfield plays his best football when he feel like everybody's against him. When people start like saying he's great, he start playing like
every single time. Every single time.
Y'all need to keep saying, put the chip on the shoulder.
All our weapons went down too, though, but at the same time, perform whatever.
Man, listen, he one of those dudes, man, that anytime everything is for him, he the dude that never gonna win because the way that everything turns, soon as people start believing in him and they start believing in him because people are prisoners of the moment, he goes into a zone where he needs all the adversity at him. He needs to go and sit up under Michael Jordan and start picking things for him to be mad at.
Right.
That's what he needs to start doing.
So what you're saying, Ray, is that when he go to the club, as long as he dealing with them 2 through 6s, he's phenomenal. But if he try to step up and get the bottle chicks in the bottles, then it all goes to shit.
Hey, soon as he believes that he can get them, that's when he loses.
Right. We got Jason, the hefty lefty, man. Peanut, man, my nephew out there. He out there on that basketball circuit. So we'll get him back as soon as the season's over. Andrew mic'd up on his daddy duties. And we can't do nothing without Jay Kane, the chef, cooking it up in the kitchen, man. Hey, Ray, what we doing until tomorrow, man?
Yo, we working.
See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.